Not today, pal. Not today.
Hey everybody. So I had the run of the show. We sometimes you can't plan for stuff. We show up to the pod and this thing is sitting on the table. We don't know what it is. So
It's just for me.
So Jamie-Lee's gonna open it up. She's gonna see what it is. If it's boring, we're gonna cut this part out. But let's see.
Dear Jamie-Lynn, me and my husband, Fake and Bobby, are big fans of YMH. I wanted to send you my books, so my husband reached out to Cougar for the P.O. box. I hope you enjoy them. Wow. So Cougar, you know what this is.
Cougar's not in here, but I know.
You know Tanner.
I know fucking Bobby, and he's a big fan of the show, and he's like super nice. Always supports all of our content. They're cool people.
What are these books? This is so beautiful.
It's really
wow. Happy reading, all because of you.
Must be nice.
Is
to
this
get
a
gifts
book
on your
series?
pod.
I love book. Ooh, I can't wait to read. I'm about to get on a plane after this. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for thinking of us.
Oh, they're so beautiful too. They're gonna look, Robbie. I have more books to display.
Oh, this is how it happens.
Books.
Okay.
Oh, these are beautiful. Thank you
we
so
could display them here
much.
for now. We should.
You were really
display
hoping
them.
they were like VHSs of porn. I know.
That was not in my
Something.
head, but interesting where your head goes.
Well,
okay,
know.
you must have been hanging out with Cutter a lot recently, because that's what he would say.
I hang out with him a lot.
Yeah, you were saying when we showed a video of like an animal chiropractor, you were like, I love those.
I do.
So are those in your algorithm?
Sometimes.
Really?
No, you know what? They're not. They're in Cutter's because he sends them to me.
So
Yeah.
what I wanted to ask is like, what is your algorithm like made up of? Like,
It's a lot of facelifts. A lot of like before and after facelifts because I clearly like spend time like when people are like, look at Kris Jenner's face, and I'm like, I spend more than 30 seconds on that post. It's a lot of facelifts right now and interior design because I love lamps.
interior design and exterior design.
Yeah, correct.
That's
you
what
go.
you're into.
Yeah,
You just love design.
artistry
Yeah, you
of
just
any
love
form.
design. Wow, that is what you're.
And then some cooking stuff. Cooking.
Okay.
Thanks.
And what do you look for in the cooking realm?
Protein packed meals. I'm trying to get more protein in my body.
How's the testosterone going?
I'm off it.
You're off
I
of it.
lost a lot of hair. My hair started falling out.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that and that's a thing? Obviously.
It can be. It can be. I think you have to like supplement possibly with like another hormone, and I just don't have the time right now to like do that. So I'm just backing off the tea. And when I when I have some time to like test all the things, then I'll do it more properly.
So-
Because I would like to supplement testosterone, but my hair was like falling out in clumps. I have like, it looks still like I have a lot of hair, but it's a lot less than I used to.
Real. So when you would brush it, or you were just like sitting on the couch and it was like.
Well, I would shed like a couple, but like in the shower, like my whole hand would be full with hair. It was really weird.
And it probably made you so angry because you were hopped up on the tea, right?
I don't
What's all this hair?
Probably. Wow,
Yeah.
it explains a lot. I didn't even think about my rage.
Yeah. So when your kids get in trouble, right? I know like sometimes like other parents or teachers or like a principal can be like, the serious thing happened. Have you ever heard that they were in trouble about something and you're like, I don't care about this?
Yes.
And you have to, do you pretend to care?
No.
What do you do?
No. So this was a couple of years ago. There was a kid that punched Bo's best friend, and then Bo came and shoved the kid to the ground after he punched his friend. And then I got a call from the principal being like, Bo was involved in a physical altercation. They've all have a consequence, and they're, don't have recess for a couple of days, whatever. And she's like, I'd like to tell you what happened. We have video footage if you'd like to see it. And when they explained to me what happened, I was like, well, that's what he was defending his friend. I'm not mad at that. And she's like, well, we don't really,
Condone physical violence.
condone physical violence. And I was like, yeah, but the kid punched his friend first.
Wow.
So
There has to be nothing better than the feeling of like when you get in trouble and you're young and you're like, oh my, and you're going home and you're like, I'm going to either get a fucking yelling
Yeah.
ass beating, or what are they going to take from me? And then the parent's like, no, you, That
You
was
did the right
oh
thing.
my god, what? That's like
and
that's
even
ecstasy.
the kid,
That's like
the kid that he
coming.
defended's dad, like went up to Bo and was like, "You're a great friend. Like, thank you so much." So yeah, he got validated big time.
I can't imagine. Just like listen,
And I think I was able to validate it too because Bo is not that normally. Like, that's not an issue for him. Of like, he doesn't have an instinct to like get physical ever.
yeah,
Jack does.
yeah.
Jack, I might have had a different reaction. But for Bo, it was just more like it comes because he wanted to defend his friend and protect his friend.
One of the greatest things about like being an adult, like I remember telling like when my brothers were like young, like 14 or whatever. I mean, like the best thing to me is like when you do something or fucked up, there's no one to answer. You know what I mean? That thing is
Yeah.
we're like, but actually, I know people who are like 30 and they talk about stuff and they're still like, oh, my mom would kill me if I did that. It's like, what? Like, what are you talking? Like, I know people who are like, oh, if I got a tattoo, if I got my ear pierced, but like, they think of these things and in their head, it's like, oh, my mom wouldn't let me do that. And you're like, you think about what your mom or like your dad
what did they
would
have
say.
to do? Because I know your dad instilled the fear of God in you as a child, but you don't have that anymore.
Yeah, no, it's gone.
Like, meaning, what did those parents have
Physical
to do?
violence. Yeah.
You think?
Yeah, you
The
know,
only
like,
reason why an adult would still fear their parent?
oh,
Well,
no. I thought you meant like, what is it? What did it put in me as a kid?
Oh, well, yes, I know that.
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
it's like, you know, he only had to do it 4 or 5 times before I was like, okay, like I can't.
Yeah.
Like there was no, it was like, okay, it's time to go to bed. There wasn't like, but I want this, or like there was none. Like it was a look, and you were like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean like
People should hire your dad like they hired like Super Nanny.
Yeah,
know, to,
yeah, yeah. That's
like,
like
fix
we should
their
we
kid.
should do a video of my dad in your
With
home
my-
for like 3 days with the could
Although
you-
this is-
Oh wait, hold on.
Go ahead.
Can we just talk about the funniest thing on video of all time? Might be if you're like you sit the kids down and you're like, all right, me and dad are going away for a weekend, and someone's coming to watch you, and you're like, kids, this is Eddie, and my dad just walks in his fucking black Oakleys with the bald head.
You
Yeah.
should really do it.
And he's like, all right, go sit the fuck down. Like,
Cut to your dad will be in Bo's room crying, writing a song with him.
yeah.
They'll break him
This
down.
kid talks to God. Like, he's like, I can't yell at this fucking kid. He's talking to God. I'd be like, all right, Dad. Okay.
Have you ever gotten in trouble as a kid and then your parents, your dad or mom was like, that's no big deal?
Yeah, I remember. I can't think of specifically, but again, the reason I was saying when you become an adult, like the not having to answer somebody is so dope. Like, I would love to go back to the feeling of just one time of like that feeling when you're going home and you're like, oh my God, they're going to fucking kill me. Or like,
Yeah.
I'm dead. My life is ruined. I'm not going to be able to go out tonight. And then you go home and they're like, hey, and they're like, oh no, that's fine. Like that.
Yeah.
But I've also had the opposite of that where like, I have a very specific one that comes to my head where like, I went over to this kid's, where my dad lived, this kid's house, and there was like a fence, and I like leaned on the fence, and then when I looked at my arm, they had just painted the fence, so my arm was all black, like from paint.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh fuck, like my arm this. So like my dad's wife at the time had to call him and be like, hey, Rob's, because my dad was at work, and he's like, Rob's covered in paint, like his arm is covered in paint, because I was like moving my arm and it was like
Yeah.
all over. And so my dad's like, all right, bring him when you come pick me up from work to come here, and then I have some stuff that at work that'll get like paint remover or whatever. So I was like, okay. So I didn't think anything of it, like whatever. And we get to my dad's job, and he takes me into this like closet with like all this supplies, and he takes this like paint remover stuff and he starts wiping my arm. And like I think I was like surprised that like it was coming off so easy, and I was like, oh. And he's like, oh, what are you surprised I'm not beating the shit out of you right now? And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah. He was like, no, you surprised I'm not beating this? He's like, I'm taking this pretty good, huh? And I was like, what? Like, I leaned on a fence. Like, this isn't like, but my dad was always the guy who like, he didn't believe your reasoning for it. He would never believe that like, oh, I just leaned on a fence for an accident. He'd be like, oh, you think this is fucking cool?
He thought you literally like dipped it in paint and painted your
Yeah.
arm.
And I'm like, no, dude, I leaned on a fence. But you can't say to him, I remember one time when I got beat was, we were on like a class trip or whatever, and a teacher, like, you know, it was like everybody, it was snowing, and they were like, you can't, or it snowed the day before, and they're like, if anyone touches the snow, like you're in trouble or this. And I ran and like jumped in a pile of snow, and the teacher came, and it was like not one of our teachers, and she like grabbed my arm, and I like, you know when somebody grabs you and you could just like push them
Yeah,
off, and
yeah.
so like I pushed her off, and they were like, Robert hit a teacher, and they like put me on the bus. I had to sit there the whole time. And of course, now I'm sitting there the whole time, being like, I'm gonna die when I go home, you know, because I just like moved someone's arm off me because she like grabbed me pretty. I remember being like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I remember also the parents thing of like, you don't let anyone touch you, like
Right.
that thing. And I was like, yo, you can't fucking touch me like that. So it was like Rob hit a teacher. They called me. I don't know if I got suspended for a day or whatever. And I was like 8 years old. Like I was very young. And it told my mom was like, I'm calling your dad. Dad comes and picks you up. And like the whole fucking ride home is just silence, like back to his place. And I'm like, I'm going to die. Like, yeah. Oh, the worst. And I'm like, I'm going to die, this and that. So he's like, he comes in, he goes, go in your room. And like, I didn't even have a room. I like had a corner in him and his wife's room. And they're like, he's like, he puts a pen and a paper down. And he's like, here. He's like, you write to me what happened. I can't even talk to you like right now or whatever. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm sitting there. I'm like, what am I going to write? And I'm like, hey, so here, I remember exactly what I wrote. I was like, hey. Yeah. Hey, Dad, please don't hit me. I remember being like,
greatest dad in the world.
yeah. Hey, you're looking great today, Dad.
Have you lost weight?
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, I'm your son and you've known me for 8 years. And this lady you don't know,
Great.
and she told you something, and I go, I think you should believe me because I'm your son and you've known me that I wouldn't lie, that I didn't hit her. Like I pushed her arm off of me because she grabbed me in a way that was like, and I was like, yes, I shouldn't have jumped in the snow. Like, I get it, whatever. And like, I finished it and I was like, it's pretty good. Like, you know, I look at it and my dad like comes in, he takes it, he's fucking... he goes, yeah, oh yeah? He goes, you're my and just fucking starts going in. And I was like, no! I was like, I thought the letter was good. Yeah. And I remember him fucking hitting. I remember right where we were. Yeah, and I was like, fuck. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it sucked.
That's a bad memory.
Yeah. So maybe I don't want to go back to
Sorry.
being a kid just to feel the release of not getting in trouble one time. But yeah, I remember. But yeah, I've had both. I've had the like, oh, you're surprised you're not getting beat right now? And I'm like, I leaned on a fence, you know?
Hi guys, I'm here to talk to you about Cash App, okay? I know that you think it's just an app to send and receive money, but it's so much more than that. I was shocked to find the cool benefits that I was able to receive by using the app. Also, the security that I'm able to receive, because I am embarrassed to say, but you probably are not surprised that I've lost my credit card a couple of times in my life. And with a click of a button, literally, it cancels everything and protects me. So I'm going to tell you some more because I need to get you up to speed. Cash App is way more than just a way to save and receive money, like I told you. With a Cash App card, you can unlock tons of perks without all the fees. So you can enjoy benefits like exclusive access to tickets to nationwide concerts. Like, I don't know, do you like Kendrick Lamar? You like Sabrina Carpenter? Plus, there's discounts on everyday purchases on popular brands you've probably already spending your money on. And it also, like I was telling you, adds security to your money by declining suspicious card transactions and sending you a notification to make sure that that payment is really you. And if your card, like mine, is ever lost or stolen, you literally can lock it with one tap right in your app. One tap, like that. Done. They can't use it. So spend with confidence with the Cash App card today. For a limited time, new Cash App customers can use our exclusive code to earn some additional cash. For real, just download Cash App, use our exclusive referral code, which is not today, in your profile. Send $5 to a friend within 14 days, and you'll get, boom, $10 dropped right into your account. Terms apply. That's money. That's Cash App. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners. Prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Direct deposit, roundups, overdraft coverage, and discounts provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Okay, let's talk about something we all want: fuller, healthier hair. If you've been dealing with thinning, breakage, or just want to level up your hair game, check this out: the iRestore Revive Plus Max Growth Kit.
Yep, you get the advanced hair growth formula, the thickening shampoo and conditioner, and the growth activator serum. You pair all of that with the iRestore Elite, the most advanced at-home laser device using red light therapy, and you're setting yourself up for serious results.
Well, Jamie started using testosterone. It made her clit really big. It made her lose hair. But guess what? The clit problem's still there. Hair problem totally gone. Right, James?
Give yourself the gift of hair confidence this year.
Hey, I got it, Jamie. Give yourself the gift of hair confidence this year. For a limited time only, subscribe and save for 25% off or more. Plus, free shipping on the iRestore Revive Plus Max Growth Kit. And our listeners are getting a huge discount on the iRestore Elite when you use code NOTTODAY at iRestore.com.
Head over to iRestore.com and use code NOTTODAY for our show's exclusive discounts.
Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Hair loss is frustrating. You don't have to fight it alone thanks to iRestore. Yeah. He's,
Well, I was going to say yesterday the boys played in like a little golf, PGA junior golf thing at the golf course that we live on. And I was with Bo and Cutter on a golf cart and then Bo was teamed with this other kid and he was playing Jack and another little boy and he was with the other little boy and his dad. And Jack, for whatever reason, like cleaned it up, because normally Jack like rages on the golf course. Like if he misses the ball, he's throwing his clubs, he's screaming, like he's an animal. He was so calm. Like even when he was missing things and I kept being like, oh my God. And then I would catch him like behind a tree and he would like look at me and Cutter and Bo and be like, like, and like to let it out, but like not in front of the dad and the other kid. Or he would be like,
why do you think he was holding it in front of the other dad?
Because he knows it's not a good behavior and he didn't want to seem like a psychopath. But had he just been with the three of us, he would have been letting loose. And I was like, oh, well, this is how we do it now. He goes in another dad's cart.
Oh, okay. So you and Cutter you go to like these baseball trips and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Have you and Cutter either of you ever lost it at a field, like on a baseball field, or what's the closest?
Like in front of other people?
Yeah, like has there ever been a thing in sport? Sometimes the parents get caught up in the moment of the sport and the
Cutter never on a baseball field. I think there's like for him there's an etiquette there. I think he's also aware of just like the
how
people
meaningless
watch
it is.
Yes. Yes, that none of this matters.
Yeah.
And yeah. And if Bo's disrespectful, he's usually firing texts off to me about it and not like screaming about it. Because he doesn't give a shit about performance at all.
Right.
At all.
But maybe like the umpire called a bet, or anything like that.
No.
Nothing.
No, not to the extent that would be,
But you guys have seen other parents lose it.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah. Lose it on their kids, lose it on other parents. A lot of with other parents. I think I told you our first year playing select baseball, there was a guy that got a travel ball.
Okay.
Like the kids have to try out for a team. So
Got
it's
it.
select. There was a dad that got arrested in the parking lot because he threatened to stab another dad.
Jesus.
There was a dad one time. There was a kid that got caught stealing a base, and when the kid got out, the dad went in the dugout and grabbed him and threw him against the fence and was like, "Don't you ever fucking, get caught stealing again?" And the poor little boy was like crying, being like, "The coach told me to run." And in my head, all I could think was, if you're doing that in front of us, like. That made me sad. That made me really sad.
You know why I understand why people think that way, but I also don't subscribe to that in life because a lot of times, like, I listen to a lot of podcasts or like, with comedians too. Like a lot of times people say like, if they're saying this on their podcast, imagine what they're saying behind, but we're the same, you know what I mean? So sometimes I do.
Maybe he's just doing what he does at home.
Yeah. Cause I also know other couples, like couples we've been friends with also who like, they go at it. They just don't care. They don't care.
You remember one time when we were on a Zoom with a bunch of people and somebody freaked out and didn't know they were on the Zoom and you and I were like,
no.
They screamed at somebody.
Is that like during COVID?
Yes. And it was they screamed in such a way where and like did not know their mic was on.
That's so good.
And I'll remind you of it later. But it was just one of the things you were like, oh my God, I didn't know they had that in them.
Right. Yeah. Because that's
And now
to
I
me,
think about it all the time.
That's
when
to
I
me
see
the
them.
people who where it's like, I wonder what they do at home. And someone's like, hi, how are you? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that person's crazy. Where when I see someone who's like nuts in public, I'm like, oh, they're just nuts.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so is there like a angriest you've been at a kid sporting thing or like Cutter?
More from Jack like sneaking candy from other people. Like that's the only thing I get
Right.
annoyed about. I don't get riled up when it comes to their sports and performance. There's maybe one or two teams that are like their rivals that'll just, after a couple of long weekends get under my skin like, fuck, I really want to beat this fucking team. type of thing.
Yeah. Jamie-Lynn sports mom.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
When you were in school, were there things that like all the kids could do and you couldn't that you could ever think of where you're like, oh my God, how come everyone could do this and I can't?
What do you mean? Like they're
So
allowed to do it?
for example, like I remember, I don't know when it was, like third, fourth grade or whatever, all kids were like, oh, we could burp on command. And then everyone just started
like
burping.
a talent?
I guess if you call that a talent, yeah. But they were like, everyone could burp, and I was the only person who was like, I can't burp. And they were like, just swallow air. And I remember being like 9 years old, being like, I still can't do it.
You still can't burp on command?
I don't get how people do
I
it.
don't know if I can either. I remember a lot of girls being able to do back walkovers, and I couldn't. And I
that's like a
tried and
gymnastics.
smacked my head on the ground. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't think of any simple skill.
How about this? Here's something that you don't know about me. I don't think that I realized. I remembered this the other day. I couldn't draw a heart until I was like 30 years old. I don't know if it was like the autism or now I can do it. I mean now I have a little like
Oh,
I
how
still
cute.
can't really do it, Jamie.
Looks like a butt. Wow.
I swear, Jamie, when I used to draw hearts, I used to have to go like this. When I was like 16, still I couldn't get the like, hold on, I bet I
That
could
looks like
do.
a loaf of bread. Oh, that's good.
Like,
That's a good one.
So here's the first one.
That's his old heart. That's
Here's the first one that I did try. That's my best. But then this is how I used to draw it when I was young. Because I couldn't understand how to draw. I don't know why. It was just something that like
Your
couldn't.
brain could not
I
compute.
couldn't get the thing.
This is probably the weirdest thing I've ever resonated with another person. Yeah.
You
when I was-
couldn't
By the way,
draw
that hat
either?
is sick, Annie.
Huh?
Love that hat.
Oh, thank you, bro.
Very
Yeah.
sick hat.
Yeah, I got to represent. You know what I'm saying?
You get that with Miles?
That's right. I put in 10,000 hours. I deserve this.
Yeah. But you couldn't draw a heart or you had
Nah,
something like that?
Nah, I could not draw hearts.
Yeah.
Literally hearts. It was always looked like an ass. And I was
Yes.
like, what the fuck? How y'all draw these cute fucking hearts? Man? I
Yeah.
don't get it. How y'all do that shit? The girls would draw these.
The girls are the
perfect
best.
fucking- Always. Always.
Yeah, I love drawing
That's
a heart.
so weird
Yeah.
that you said that.
No, I could never. And you know what's funny? I almost like, yeah, see, look how good. Look, you could tell if I'm like, oh, somebody with a problem drew one of these. Like, you know who Jamie's heart is so much better. And I remember
I've
being
been
like,
drawing
wow,
hearts
something's
for
really,
decades.
I was like, something's really wrong with me. And you would see girls do it like Oh my God, Valentine's Day when they were like,
What a day for
give
you.
people cards. I'd be like, I can't do it.
Rob wrote a loaf of bread on the back.
I did a submarine sandwich on your card.
Rob drew a Subway sandwich.
I walked into a restaurant to pick up food the other day, and someone is sitting at the first table right there, and they have like their phone propped up like this, and they're on a FaceTime, no headphones, like they're at dinner with someone. How do you feel about this?
The no headphones is what bothers me.
It made me so angry to the point where it was
let's-
2 days. I was
let's
thinking
talk-
about it for 2 days.
How long were you in that restaurant? You were picking up food. It's
So
not like you were having
my
to sit
food
there.
wasn't ready, so I was standing there.
For how
and then
long?
and then it was like
how long?
usually I go outside. I don't know, 5 minutes, but usually I go outside. But I was just standing there and I was like, I can't believe. And I remember like looking around and other people were acting like normal, and I was trying to make eye contact with someone
Was
to be
this
like,
a male or a female?
you believe this shit was a woman?
on FaceTime with a man?
I don't know who they were on face. I never like looked at the phone, but they were just like, yeah, could you believe when and also here's the thing, like it was so not important. Like they were just like the world is their fucking oyster. You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
wasn't like
That's rude.
Hey, I'm really sorry, but like it was nothing serious. Like they were as if they were having dinner, but they were speaking even louder.
Because they were in a restaurant and needed to hear each other.
Yeah, and it made me so like I was upstairs eating my meal. I was like a fucking bitch. Like I was mad. I was like I hate when people don't have like common decency because I was thinking about the people next to them. I was like I'm bouncing, but I'm like these people.
This is what confuses me so much. Like how that type of shit will fuck you up.
Fucks
for
me up.
2 days.
Yeah.
Like, why can't you let that type, and then you can
can't
let
let it
other
go.
shit go and like not let
big
other
stuff I could let go
What
all
the
day.
hell?
Yeah. I don't know what it really comes down to me common decent like again one of the things this happened to me like 20 years ago and I think about it every day. I was going to get off of an elevator. Like the elevator opened at the bottom floor of where I was living, and a delivery guy got on the elevator and turned around and looked out, and I was facing his back, and I wanted to stab him
What
in the
did you
neck.
want him to face you?
No, I wanted to let people get out of an elevator before you get on.
Maybe he didn't realize.
Jamie, I wanted to
What'd
I
you
wanted
do?
to
Did
murder.
you shove him?
I said something not nice. Yeah, I just said something not nice, but it's like, oh, you know what I do in those situations usually?
I said something not nice yesterday.
We got to hear that. But my move usually in those situations is to speak the common sense that doesn't get said in their head. So I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't let people get off the elevator before you get on. Like that's my move rather than being
Right.
like, hey, asshole, you know?
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I remember it's like it was fucking yesterday. And like I was standing there. The second it opened, he got on, turned his back to me and pushed a button and was standing there. And I was like I was fucking blown
listen,
away.
They made a very successful show about stuff like this called Curb Your Enthusiasm that lasted for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you're not alone.
And
this
this,
isn't
I mean,
weird. This
it
is
was
a very
definitely more than a decade ago. And
Wow.
it's like it just happened to me right now. And there are times where like something happens at the elevator where I'm reminded of it and it just fucking for 30
lights
minutes
the
I'm like, this
fire.
fucking guy. Like it's like when there's something that's like this is how it goes in the world and that's the decent way and you do the fucking op and you're like, duh. It's like to me, that's the problem with the world. Like he is what's wrong with everything. I'm like, you just can't do what everyone does, which is like, because listen, sometimes you do that thing where you're at an elevator and you get
Was
on,
there
you
room
go,
in the elevator where he could have been to the side?
no, there's no excuses. I can't even talk to you about how he could possibly be excused. But there's just, yeah, listen, it'll, and listen, there's times where you push an elevator button and the elevator opens and you think, oh, I should just walk on, but then somebody's getting off because
Yeah,
it
you're
happens
like,
to be,
"Whoops,
and you go, oh,
sorry."
sorry.
Yeah.
100%. This guy saw me go to get out. And here's what bothered me even more. He was like a delivery guy in New York City. And he was like, this is rare. He was like 6 inches shorter than me. And he's standing right. I'm looking at the back of his head and I just wanted to stab him like in the neck.
Oh my God.
I still think about it to
You
this
could see
day.
still his face or the back of his head?
Just the back. Yeah. I could see I couldn't see his face, but I could see him. I know he was holding like a plastic bag tied up. Oh, I would.
Wow.
Yeah, and I just remember, like, I don't remember word for word, but it was like, yeah, why let people get off? That's not what everyone does everywhere. Like, you know, I just
Did
fucking...
he say anything? Did he move his weight to the side?
No, I'm
to
not
let
sure
you
how
by?
good his English was, you know, to be honest. But I just remember being like full... And then it was like anywhere I went for the next 3 days. That was all I
course.
could talk about. As soon as I sit down, I'm like, you want to know what happened? I'm just so... Because listen, it happens sometimes and you go, oh, I'm sorry. You just have to... That little, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I did. Oh, my bad.
If
oh,
somebody
anything.
handed you a little notebook and said, write down all of those types of things, could you easily pick them up from your memory?
I mean, if I can't think of them now, but if I had to sit down and like, yeah, there's definitely stuff.
You don't have to dig deep for those.
No, I could probably,
Yeah.
I could probably
Yeah.
fly off a few of them. But yeah, it really, seeing somebody fucking FaceTiming on their phone
Yeah.
at dinner. And like the next table was less than a foot next to her.
Tell me if you would have been annoyed by this. That
Oh,
happened to
yes.
me
What did
yesterday.
you-
So I was on
this
an
is what you said
I
mean to
was on
someone.
an airplane. First of all, so where we reach cruising altitude, there's a woman that goes into the bathroom. It's been about 3 or 4 minutes, and I'm like seeing she's not coming out, but I'm like anticipating she's got to come out soon.
You have to go.
Yes.
Is what you're
I have
okay.
to pee. So I get up, and the flight attendant's kind of 2 rows in front of me, like talking to someone, and it's in the first class cabin. So there's like, there's like a little bit, feels like there's a little bit more room in the aisle. So I go to kind of like go past her to go wait outside the bathroom. And she goes, "Where are you going, ma'am?" I said, "Oh, I'm just going to go wait to use the bathroom." She goes, "Do you see that someone's in there?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "So return to your seat." And I was like, "Okay."
No one talks to my Jamie-Lee that way.
Moving on. Sit down. All right.
That's enough. Is Cutter with you?
No. The woman comes out. I go to the bathroom, whatever. A few minutes later, she's just walking up and down. They're walking up and down the aisle, just like checking on everybody. And I had an empty cardboard coffee cup that I had bought in the airport. And I was like, "Can I give this to you to throw out?" And she goes, "I'll be back for that when I'm ready." I said, "Okay." Wow. 2 minutes later, she comes back with gloves on. And she goes, "Now I'll take it." I didn't know that was protocol. I've never seen somebody that had to put gloves on to take somebody's coffee cup.
You don't.
But when she walked away, I said, "What a fucking bitch."
You said it.
I said it under kind of like that. And the guy next to me goes, "Yeah, she is." I was like, "Oh, thank you." But, I don't like say things like that.
Right,
and,
right.
But she probably heard me. I said, "What a fucking bitch."
Wow.
Because I thought she was a bitch.
Yeah. No, nobody speaks. Oh, listen, and with some people, when you tell a story,
I didn't think I did anything that bad.
Of course
Don't they
not,
usually come
Jamie.
around to like see, do you have any like trash to give? I already got yelled at for standing up and walking somewhere. I didn't want to walk up and be like, "Can I throw this away?"
Well, maybe she listens to the pod and you've said something that offends her. You ever think of that? Maybe she doesn't like you for a reason.
Because of what? Funerals?
Yeah, maybe her dad's a funeral director. You never know.
What's your problem?
I'll tell you, I got to fly soon. And I did that show with Tom where he said all pilots are gay, and now I'm worried.
He said all pilots are gay in the show?
Yeah. He said as soon as the door shuts, they 69. Yeah. So yeah, now I'm worried. I'm like, well, I gotta go on and go, "Hey, listen, I didn't read the whole script."
You didn't say it. That's right.
I didn't read the whole script. I love you guys.
Before that scene was even written.
And by the way, Tom flies private. They
got
know
his
who's
own-
on.
He's got his own guy.
They know who's on the plane.
Well, maybe he's talking about his pilot.
He can't sneak by. No, he said he very much said all pilots. He can't sneak by, so he's playing. He's rolling the dice when he gets
Yeah.
on these planes,
Well,
man.
that's how he likes to live his life.
Wow, way to go. He likes to live on the edge.
Yeah,
huh?
clearly.
All right. Do we have a memory lane?
That's my friend Eddie Gathegi.
I didn't even recognize you for a second.
That's when I had more hair. That's why.
That was before the tea.
It was before the tea.
Mm.
Where is this? We only met when we did this like 24-hour plays thing. And it's like one of those things where it's for charity and they pair a bunch of different actors and writers and you have to write a little play, and within 24 hours you rehearse it and the next day you perform it. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And we did a play about being stranded on a deserted island and the only thing that we had to eat was our dad's penis. And it was like
and you wouldn't do bad thoughts? You're talking shit about bad thoughts? Wait, the thing that's really grabbing me here is you two could not be dressed for more different seasons. I mean, he looks like he's ready to like lay on the beach, and you look like you're in like goth girl winter.
This is
how did this
what
happen?
happened? I don't know. I don't even own that anymore.
Yeah, maybe. Listen.
Is that right? Is this what that's from?
It says Black Eyed Peas Experience Launch Party.
Of course.
Don't remember that night.
Different black guy.
2011.
No, it's not. That's Eddie, right?
I have no idea who that is.
We'll never know. Oh man. For some reason, I could just stare at this picture all day. I don't know. It's really keeping my attention. I don't know. You look like
so
you're
pale.
Yeah,
My hair is very dark.
It looks like somebody took a picture from somewhere else and like put it, like
Yeah.
made it. I don't know. You guys don't look like
Why
you're at
did
the
you
same
guys
event.
pick this photo?
It just really caught my eye. When like I was doing some Googling, and that one just really,
This is a
out.
sleeper.
You were wondering about it.
This is a sleeper great memory lane for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't
November
realize.
21st,
Where were you, Rob?
2011.
Oh.
2011.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're 30?
Well,
you're
we
about
were
30?
probably
Yeah.
reminiscing shortly before this photo about that weird play we did together.
I couldn't even listen to you about the play because I was so captivated by the photo. What did you were eating your dad's penis?
No, so it was like a story that we were all stranded on. It was a musical. We were all stranded on a deserted island.
This
and
is
like
why musicals are such
no,
trash.
this is what it was.
I
It was
mean,
like the only. Oh, he was a genie. He was a genie that came from our dad's. If we rubbed our dad's penis, the genie came. It was.
Were you
something
doing
like that.
Bad Thoughts before Bad Thoughts was a thing?
I think I did.
Wow.
I think I did.
Was Tom Segura writing plays 14 years ago?
He possibly, maybe he was. Maybe he was the guest writer, and I just don't remember him.
You all got stranded on. This
were-
guy. Some guy just wrote a play to play the dad, so you'd rub his penis.
10 or 11 that we did this. What?
Some guy just wrote a play so you'd rub his penis. I think.
Well, we didn't actually do it, but it was.
In
It was a
rehearsals?
crowd favorite, I'll tell you. It closed the show. It was the last number of the show.
I thought I'd seen like everything. Like when you did stuff, I'd always support. And this was one thing you didn't call me about, huh?
You know who was there that night? Matt Weiner.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
Was
he
this
was
on
there.
Broadway?
No, it was in L.A. in like a theater. It was a charity
Oh, yeah,
event.
of course, L.A. Yeah.
Yeah.
We wouldn't let this shit fly in New York. This sounds a little weird. I
I'm
think
piecing it together.
I think you might have gotten fucked with here. I think they might have been fucking with you, rubbing your dad's penis because you were stranded on.
I didn't rub
'cause
any
a genie
man's
came
penis.
out.
No penis was rubbed in the making of this.
Well, you're rubbing
movie.
your hand on it. I think you're remembering. I think you're remembering the play. And then a genie came out of his penis.
He was the genie, I think, that came out after. I think. I mean, look again. This was a one night thing that I did many years ago.
Imagine reading your script and you're like, oh, I wonder what my
But that's
character's
the
all
memory
about.
that came back when I saw this photo. That was my memory lane.
This
That's where
guy
it
got the
took me.
script. He's like, oh, let's see what my agent sent me today. Like, oh, what's my character today? He's like, I come out of my father's penis and I'm a genie because people are what the fuck were you doing back then, James?
People loved it.
Wow. How long did you do that for?
It was one night.
Oh, okay,
it was
one night.
It was just a 24-hour thing.
Yeah. I can't believe that one didn't get picked up
Yeah.
for,
No,
for a long
No
time.
one was inspired.
I was watching 90 Day Fiance, and this girl gets Botox, and you said you've had Botox,
Yeah.
right? So I had never seen what that process is like. First of all, they're shooting needles into your head, which I knew, but it's not cool.
Yeah.
But then they said to her, so they're like, all right, like as she's prepping, they're like, all right, what do you like? Do you like movement or do you like frozen? That's what they asked her,
Yeah,
and she's like,
yeah.
frozen. Like she wants
to be
your
frozen.
request. Like, what's going on out there, James?
Well,
That's
that's what people like.
crazy.
People like to look. Well, I don't know. I think because I'm an actor, like in the few times I've gotten it, I'm like, yeah, I want to be able to still move my face.
Well, I think that's a normal person thing to say, even if you're not an actor.
Most women I know that get it, that don't,
This is what I'm trying to say.
that aren't on camera and don't care, will ask for frozen. They just want it.
Again,
to
I'm
be,
saying normal. I think that's not normal.
to be asked for frozen.
To be like, I want my face frozen
No,
in
that's
time.
normal.
No. What I'm saying is, it's not
sure,
normal.
It's not normal, but that is
Right.
the norm. How about that?
Yeah. Well, for people who are getting needles in their head, I'm not really looking for, I'm
Right.
not expecting much out of them. But
Right.
yeah, to be like, that's to me is such
Because
an
that
insane.
means they're moving their face less, which will create less wrinkles.
But it also creates sociopaths, doesn't it? Like, isn't
Botox?
not being able to move your face when you're like the whole point of existing is like we're supposed to be able to read each other's.
Right.
It's
Of
like you're
course.
supposed to know, like, okay, I'm
This
making
is
my
the-
wife
well,
upset by
This is the
saying
beginning
this.
of us turning into aliens. I feel like
That's what I'm saying.
We're on our way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's all these women's fault.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying. I agree.
I mean,
I
yeah.
agree. No, I agree.
The facelifts, the Botox.
All right. Well, listen, our email, that would be nottodaypalpodcast@gmail.com. Send us emails. We'll read them here. Leave us voicemails, 512-387-1880. Yeah. Also, we need reviews on our audio pods. Leave us reviews, please. We haven't said that in
Yeah,
a long
it helps
time.
us out.
Yeah, it helps us out. We're trying to hit.
Rate it, review it, right?
Yeah, and
Give us a couple of stars.
yeah, but maybe more than a couple or
How
whatever
many
you
can
want.
You get? 5?
Yeah.
Give us 5.
Well, here's a debate that I think we've had before on this pod, haven't we? When someone to me says a couple, that could mean 6, 7, where really a couple means 2.
No, a pair means a few means 2. A couple means 4 or 5. Oh, you're saying couple because a couple is 2?
It's like listen, I don't know if this is growing up fucking East Coast or whatever. I always thought, oh, like a couple of people are coming over. That could be 4 people.
Right.
But people I've said a couple before, and people are like, no, a couple's 2. And I don't argue it anymore because the right answer is a couple is 2. Right, guys?
No, I agree with you,
Yeah,
Rob.
but I think
I agree with you, Rob.
saying, and the way
It's
that people
2.
have used it, the literal.
But I think we
the
use it
literal-
wrong,
We
is
do.
what I'm saying.
The same way. Do you say online? If you say I'm online for pizza or in line for pizza?
I think I say I'm in line.
Yeah, but
Standing
a
in
lot of
line.
people in New York say on.
Yeah, I think both actually have come out of me, but this is like a real debate where people are like, no, you can't say a couple. A couple usually refers to a pair or 2. A few indicates a small. Yeah, I thought you were saying the opposite, James.
Because that's how, for me, how it's been used.
I've
in
never
my
heard someone
life,
saying a few
it's
means 2.
switched.
No, I think again, I'm on your team. My whole life, I've been like, oh, a couple people, and it's 4, and
When
people
I
have
hear
said to
somebody
me,
say a few, I think 3 or 4.
but you just said a few is 2 before. I think
2, 3, 4.
2, 3, 4. No. But again, I'm not. Listen, I don't want to fight
Like,
here.
but if somebody says I've done something a couple of times, I don't think just 2.
But any, it's 2, right?
I mean, like, it's incorrect
Right.
if you're meaning anything above 2.
Yeah.
I would understand if you said a couple because you thought, like, around 2 were there. So if 3 were there, it's like, all right, that's, like, close. I meant, like, 2 or 3. But if you mean, like, 5, you're crazy. You're crazy.
Yeah, like that. And again, Jamie, I was on your team my whole life, but I do listen. There's times I don't like to bend. On this one, I've bended where I'm like, okay, I get it. A couple means 2, and I give it to those people.
Well, look, we've established that I don't have wonderful grammar, and
Listen,
I'm not that
I was
smart, so
on the
it's okay.
same. So yeah, give us a few stars.
give us 5 stars.
We will see you next week.